Do you think there's a coincidence between Biden signing over 40 executive orders in his first couple of weeks of office and the price of silver skyrocketing? No. It's no coincidence. Savvy investors know that precious metals are a hedge against inflation and government stupidity. And Birch Gold Group is not only your headquarters for gold, but silver too. If you want to purchase physical gold or silver drop shipped straight to your door, or help converting an IRA or eligible 401k into an IRA backed by gold and silver, Birch Gold Group is your solution. They are the premier precious metals IRA company in America with an A+ Better Business Bureau rating, countless 5-star reviews, and thousands of satisfied customers. Guess what? I'm one of them. There's a tidal wave of inflation coming. Gold and silver are your hedge. Text Dinesh to 484848 for your free information kit on a precious metals IRA, or to speak with a Birch Gold representative today. Time is running out, but you can protect your savings. Text Dinesh to 484848. LeBron James is in the news again, and there was a recent video of him talking about his political activism. Now, the video was a response to Zlatan Ibrahimovic, AC Milan striker, former LA Galaxy star, criticizing James for this kind of relentless political activism. And basically what the guy said is, listen, just do what you do best, because this political stuff doesn't make you look good. And so here is a clip of LeBron striking back and justifying why he spends so much time talking about politics, particularly racial politics. Listen.
I never shut up about things that's wrong. I preach about my people, and I preach about equality, social injustice, racism, systematic voting, voter suppression, things that go on in our community. Because I was a part of my community at one point and seeing the things that was going on, and I know what's going on still, because I have a group of 300 plus kids at my school that's going through the same thing, and they need a voice. And I'm their voice. I'm their voice, and I use my platform to continue to shed light on everything that may be going on, not only in my community, but around the, this country and around the world. So, if there's no reason, well, not I won't say no reason, but there's no way I will ever just stick to sports, because I understand how, how this platform and how powerful my voice is.
Well, I don't deny that the guy has a right to speak. We all do. Nor do I deny that he has a big platform. Of course he does. But the question is this a good use of his platform? We're living in this age where essentially we have seen a politicization across the board. Sports has become politicized. The movies have become politicized. And you've got these actors and you've got these athletes all pontificating about issues. Now, here's the problem. People who are good in one field are rarely all that knowledgeable about other fields. And so when you use your fame in one sphere to try to get people to follow you in another, it's in a sense a kind of stolen authority. I wouldn't go to somebody who is, let's say, the world's greatest realtor, admittedly an expert in that field, and say, listen, would you help me take out my appendix? Why? Because realtors don't know a whole lot about the appendix. True, they may have a certain prominence in one area, but it doesn't make them an expert in every other area. I remember growing up in India, my uncle, he would watch these cricket matches, and he was, he thought he was the world's expert on cricket. He kept saying things like, how could you make such an elementary mistake? Oh man, you missed that, you fool! And I'm thinking to myself, you don't know anything about cricket. You're a chemical engineer. But here you are, admittedly only in your living room, purporting to be this kind of authority on a subject that you know nothing about. These people are professionals. Not to say you don't have a right to your opinion, it's just that your opinion is super dumb. And this is the case across the board. You've got these figures in one area, even Bill Gates, talking to us about vaccines. You're a guy who's good with coding, he's good with computers, no one denies it. But when did he get his medical degree? When has he suddenly become Dr. Maybe it's his physical resemblance to Fauci. Hey, I look like Fauci. Maybe I can speak with the same kind of moral authority. Nonsense. The other problem, I think, is that when you think about specifically these sports figures and these actors, many of them don't have any real education at all. I mean, LeBron James basically finished high school and stopped. And he's the norm. I'm not talking about him particularly. Most of these actors, they kind of finish the 10th grade or the 12th grade, and then if they go to film school at all, they just go into Hollywood as an apprentice and they move up the ranks. And then suddenly they're talking about the minimum wage is way too low. I mean, should we really be consulting people like Sean Penn and, Mike Tyson? I mean, Mike Tyson. Oh, I make $40 million for a fight. Why shouldn't the minimum wage be $700? The guy has no idea how the world normally operates. These people live in rarefied environments, and they have no sense of what public policy entails. And yet, there they are, letting us know what they think. Now, LeBron makes an interesting point. He appeals to I have school, I'm getting information, I live on the street, I've got a lot of experience. But my question is, what is that actual experience? Is LeBron really having the normal black experience of racism? Consider the following scene. Here's LeBron. Police cars. LeBron is like, oh, I'm driving while black. The officer comes up, hello, Mr. James. Hey, why did you stop me? You have white privilege, And the guy goes, Mr. James, I'm really sorry to ask, but my kid is a huge fan. Do you mind signing an autograph for me? Oh, yeah, okay, fine, sure, here you go. Bottom line I'm trying to get at here is that LeBron, if anything, gets the devotional treatment. Everywhere he goes, he's a rock star. Everywhere he goes, people fawn over him. So this idea that he's somehow underprivileged and that some, white cop or white social worker making $50,000 a year is oppressing him, this is just downright ludicrous. It's a falsification of experience itself. So my bottom line message is, hey, LeBron, you know what? You're really good at what you do. Do that. I'm not going to say shut up and dribble, literally, because you have every right to speak on other issues. But you might want to think about what it is you actually know, what actual experience, what actual knowledge, besides, of course, talking to 8 kids and reflecting what they think. What actual knowledge are you bringing to these issues? I think if you thought about that, your messages might be what you should be doing, more inspirational, more motivational for the kids, and perhaps a little more unifying for our society as well.